Welcome back to our lesson of Canva. In this lesson, we are going to learn about how we can make an email signature creation. Now, those of you who don't know what an email signature creation is, it basically is kind of like an electronic signature when you send an email. It will also be there so that it just proves that it's you who's sending. And it's going to give them a PNG or a link type of signature, which you will be able to use in a couple of mail services. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just hop on and open up Canva so that we can start on creating email signature. Now you can see that I have opened up Canva on my screen. Now there are like a specific type of resolution when you are making an email signature. So the best size which I'm going to be using, or I would suggest you to use, is going to be 600 into 200 pixels. Now you might go through these, templates or whatever there is, but you will basically not find out, email signature. And you can also search it from over here. Now, if you search it from over here, email signature, you can see that this is how it will work. Email signature with the logo. And you can also find it over here, which is 400 into 200. There's 400 into 200. But obviously, there's going to be two methods we are going to be using and two different things which we will be able to make. Now, the first thing which I'm going to be using is going to be clicking on Create a Design first. Okay, you can also go up on Custom Size and also make up your own size. Now, the first size which I'm going to be putting is going to be 600. And the height should be 200, and this is the best size. Okay, so you can see email header, and this is what we need. So I'm going to do is click on create a new design. Now when I see that this has been made, you will basically see a couple of templates which you will be able to use. But as this is a signature, now as this is a signature, this is going to be very simple, and this is going to be very specific of what we have to put in the signature. Now how to do that? First off, we're going to do is need a logo. Now, I'm going to be doing that later on, but we can also make it directly from over here. You can search up for logo, which is going to be 500 and 500, but we're not going to be needing that. We just type in 50. Okay, what we're just going to do is click on custom size and type in 50 into 50, and that's the best for the logo size. So I'm going to do is wait until it has been created, and there we go. And we're going to need is 3 of them at the same time. We're going to put it later on, but let's get on to our first one, which is going to be our where it's going to be containing all the data. Now the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be selecting the size or fixing the margin. Now what you're going to do is take this right over here. There we go. And we're going to do is put the same thing right over here, not here, just where it seems to be. Okay, we can do one thing over here, which I'm going to make another one. Custom size, we're going to do is type in 600 into 170. Okay, just type in 170. Hit on create a new design. There we go, it has been created. Now, as it has been created, what we're going to do is take this size. So I'm going to do is go off to elements. I'm going to do is take one of these square boxes. I'm going to do is make sure that this is filled up. Okay, so as this is filled up, what we're going to do is make a duplicate of this. So I'm going to do is click on it, duplicate. I'm going to do is make sure to copy this, or let's say I'm going to do is Control X, take it directly over to Control V. Now as it has been placed over here, you can see now this is totally quite perfect. Make sure that this is at the center. There we go. I'm going to do is first off, let's just remove these lines. Okay, we're not going to be needing them right now. Let me just put it in the center first, and then we can put it or align it perfectly. So there we go, we have put it perfectly. And then I'm going to do the same thing by uploading or making another one. I'm going to do is cut this off, and I'm going to put in custom size. Let's say I'm going to put in 200 this time. 200, but make sure to put in, let's say width should be 550. 550 into 200. Now just hit on it and wait until it is created. And then what we're going to do is make sure to put another box inside of it so we can make the save zone. So I'm going to do is take this part over here and fix the whole thing. Now as this has been created, I'm going to do is make sure to, let's just cut the whole thing inside. Okay, Control X. I'm going to do is paste it, Control V. There we go. Now you can find it at the center. There we go. Both sides quite aligned perfectly. So you can see this is where we need it. So I'm going to do is take this right over here, take another line over here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. There we go. And I'm going to put this over here. Make sure to follow the sizes. And after we're done, we're not going to be needing them. But make sure to keep the logos, okay? So I'm going to do is remove these. And there we go. We have it. Okay. This is going to be our save zone. The first thing we're going to do is going to be putting in our background. So the background is, I'm going to be choosing this. This looks quite good. So I'm going to do is make sure to put this, and there we go. We have it. Now I'm going to do is click on transparency and make sure to keep it a bit low. Make sure to do that because it just looks a lot more better when you reduce the transparency, because you don't want it to be totally popped up and, hide up your data. And we can also fix the transparency later on, but make sure to keep it a bit low before starting your work. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is going to be putting in our email, or let's first off put in our logo or whatever photo we have. So I'm gonna do is click on elements first and make sure to use a cover, or let's say a frame. And that is that's just kind of you have to do it. Okay, I'm gonna just put this over here. There we go. I'm gonna just increase the size and make sure to align it perfectly. There we go. There is going to be our photo. I'm going to just take it a bit to the left side. Okay. Now I'm going to do is make sure to put this over here. Now I'm going to just put one line. Now I'm going to just search for a line, hit on enter. There we go. We have our shape. I'm going to do select on this, make sure to rotate it up perfectly, totally 90 degrees. There we go. I'm going to do is make sure to, obviously decrease the size. There we go. Make sure that this is still on 90 degrees. I'm going to do is take all of this. There we go. And as we have it, I'm going to do is make sure to fix this up. I'm going to do is select on this over here. I'm going to do is make sure to put in whatever we want. Let's just say I'm going to do is keep it this way. I'm going to do is make sure to use this straight, and you can also animate it if you want to. You can fix the transparency. There we go. And I'm going to do is click on elements, and what is your job, right? What is your job and what signature is this? Okay, most of the time it's kind of like for business purpose, so make sure to select your niche or gig, whatever it is. So I'm going to do is maybe let's try, okay, let's say I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, I'm going to do is type in entrepreneur. Okay, and after I have my entrepreneur, now I'm going to do is put in any of the logo which I want to use. So you can use logos, you can use photos, whichever one you want, whichever looks good for you. So let's say I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to use a photo first, and then later I'm going to do is make, a logo first. Let's see which one looks good. So if we want to use a photo, first off, take any of your photo which you have. Let's say I'm going to do is use this photo. I'm going to do is click on edit photo. I'm going to do is remove the background so that it just looks better on this. Okay. So as I have it, I'm going to do is take this right over here, and there you go. We have this over here. And then I'm going to be doing is obviously put in what he is. Okay. Let's say I'm going to do is click on text, add a text box. I'm going to do is type in general manager. Okay. So let's say this guy is the general manager, or I'm going to do is, first off, let's just increase the size. This is going to be how it's going to look like. Now, what I'm going to do is change the font so it looks good, but make sure not to use any handwriting. Make sure to use like corporate, because it just looks better. Okay, because it just goes well with these. Okay, general manager. Okay, this is going to be under over here. First off, it's going to be the name. So I'm going to do is make sure to put another duplicate over here. And I'm going to do is make sure to select it and make sure this is a bit bigger. What I'm going to do is Gary Harold. Okay, now I'm going to do is put it on the left side, aligned left, Gary Harold, general manager. I'm going to do is make sure to, decrease this over here. I'm going to do is make sure that it aligns with the photo over here. Okay, Gary Harold, there we go. Perfect. Now, as this has been done, now what we're going to do is going to be obviously something else, which is going to be, maybe let's say an email. Let's say the contacts, okay? So the contacts are going to be either the phone number or maybe, let's say a website or maybe the email address and those. Okay, so to do that, what we're going to do is just start typing in all of those, and also we're going to be putting in different type of logos. Now, how are you going to do that? So the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be clicking on elements first. I'm going to cut this off, and let's say I'm going to do is search in for call. Hit on enter, and there we go, we have it. What I'm going to do is, or let's say I'm going to search for contact. Hit on enter, and there we go. I'm going to use click on see all, and there we go, we have it. So I'm going to be doing is use mail and phone number. So I'm going to just click one of them, two of them. There we go. We have two of those, which are going to be very helpful for me right now. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on black. That is what I need right now. So I'm going to do is make sure to put in, let's say 3131. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing over here, 3131. There we go. Two of them 31. So I'm going to do is make sure to remove one of them. And here we go. We have it. So next thing I'm going to do is going to be putting in our placing it perfectly. There we go. And there we go. Two of them placed perfectly. I'm going to do is make sure to make it a bit, border weight to be a bit thicker. Okay, let's just say no border. Let's say I'm going to do is keep it just the way it is. Border weight. Corners to be rounded just like this. Let's say I'm going to type in 1. Let's say 2. Okay, 2. Okay, it looks better. Or maybe 3. Hit on enter. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Click on this border style. Corners. 3. There we go. Both looking quite perfect. And the same. Then I'm going to do is put in my text box over here. In the text box, what I'm going to do is phone number is going to be XXX. And I'm going to do is put in a couple of X's because obviously you can put in your own number whenever you want to. So I'm going to do is put it right over here or maybe at the center. There we go. Then I'm going to do is put in my email. I'm going to do is duplicate this. I'm going to do is make sure to put it right over here. There we go. 5. I'm going to do is type in, let's say, Gary44@gmail.com. Okay. So as I've put it right over here, I'm going to do is make sure to keep the spaces the same. And one thing I'm going to do is going to be putting this line over here too. So I'm going to do is first off, select this line. I'm going to just click on over here. Make sure this is totally black. Okay. And I'm going to do is obviously you can fix in the transparency if you want to. I'm going to do is duplicate this. I'm going to do is take this over here. I'm going to do is make sure that this is 90 degrees. Okay. 90 degrees all the time. So I'm going to do is keep this over here. I'm going to do is make sure this is 90 degrees straight. Okay, I'm going to do is make sure to rotate it again. Control Z. Only select one. Control Z. Control Z. I'm going to do is make sure that this does not stick together. I'm going to do is make sure to put in a bit of, spaces because it just gets, sticky. So I'm going to do is keep this over here. I'm going to do is take it over here. There we go. I'm going to do is make sure that this is 90 degrees. That's it. There we go. We have it. So basically it is almost done. There we have it. What I'm going to do is make sure you can put it on bold if you want to, and make sure this is not bold because it usually is not bold. Okay, it doesn't stay bold. And you can also keep it a bit smaller if you want to, or larger. It's up to your wish and up to your taste. Now we can also use logos or graphics. Contact, let's say I'm going to use entrepreneur. Let's try out a bit of graphics and see how it looks like. What I'm going to do is maybe use this. If we use this, how does it look like? You can also use it whenever you want, but I'm going to just keep it however it is. Now, after you're done, what you can do is, first off, you have to click on save, and you have to save it as PNG. So I'm going to do is click on this over here. I'm going to do is first off, more. I'm going to do is first off, you have to save it up. Now, to save it up, I'm going to do is save to folder. Now, which folder you want to save it to, your project, you can save it on your project if you want to, and you can also download it. So first thing what you have to do is click on download. Okay, so I'm going to just click on this, click on download. Now PNG 620, you can save down settings, and you can click on just download. Okay, it's going to take a bit of a time and also show your pop-up where it's going to be saved in your folder. So what we're going to do is going to be just clicking on save. There we go. It is now saved. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is going to be putting in the logos. So to finish the logos, we're going to do search for social media. And we're going to need just graphics. Okay, so I'm going to do is not over here. My bad. I'm going to do is go up to elements and search for social media. Hit on enter. What I'm going to do is click on CL. Okay, when you click on CL, you'll basically see a lot of icons, but from here I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to do search for Facebook. Now I'm going to do is wait. Okay, there we go. We have Facebook. I'm going to do is use this or maybe this, whichever one you prefer. Okay, so I'm going to do is make sure this is somewhat fixing or at the middle. There we go. That's going to be 4343. So I'm going to be putting the same size on all of them. Let's say this is Facebook. Now I want Instagram. Hit on enter. I'm going to do is click on see all. I'm going to do is put in my Instagram over here. There we go. We have this Instagram on this one. This is going to be 4343. There we go. Keep it at the center. There we go. 4343. I'm going to do is take or remove this one. And the next one we're going to do is put in, let's say, I'm going to put in maybe LinkedIn. LinkedIn. Hit on enter. Click on CL and find the one which you want. So let's say I want this one. So I'm going to do is just click on this. I'm going to make it 4343. There we go. Keep it at the center and we have it saved. So we have 3 of it. So I'm going to do is make sure to use it whenever I want. Now I'm going to be doing is clicking on share, click on download. I'm going to do is make sure to save all 3 pages. It will just say in, page 1, 2, 3. It will not say, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn because it is not saved in such way. So I'm going to do is just click on download and I'm going to wait until all of them are saved. Now I'm going to wait for a while and make sure to save it in, PNG file and make sure to click on all files and then save it. Now, after you click on all files and save it, it will be directly saved on your PC. Now, what you're going to do is open up any of your Gmail account or email account. Okay, so I'm going to go off to my web browser and open up my, Gmail account. So select any browser. Now, I'm going to do is first off search for gmail.com. Now, as my Gmail has opened up, I'm going to go off the settings, okay? Now, what you're going to do is just directly see all settings. So when you click on see all settings, it's going to be something like this. Now, what you're going to do is find out signature. So I'm going to do is go down and go down a bit more and find out signature. So I'm going to do is go down and you can see signature right over here. So when you see signature, what you're going to do is you have this option over here. You can see no signature. Click on create new. Now I'm going to do is type in Gary Harold. Okay, press on create. Now what you're going to do is use any of it. Okay, I'm going to do is make sure to edit. Now you can put in the image, which image you want to use. So click on insert image. Now an interface like this will appear. Just click on upload, click on select a file from your device. Then find out the folder where you have it. I'm going to do select this, press on open. It's going to take a bit of time to upload it. And after it has been uploaded, what you're going to do is wait. You can see this is how it will look like. You can see this is the signature. And you can also apply in more. Let's say I'm going to do is add in more, which is going to be our links. So I'm going to click on upload again, select a file from your device. And if it's not here, you have to unzip the file first. So I'm going to do is click on maybe, what I'm going to do is just click on this. I'm going to do is all files. And there we go. I'm going to do is untitled zip file. So if it's not unzipped, so I'm going to do is unzip it and then, upload all of them. So I'm going to do is as it is unzipped, click on it, title design, select all of them. I'm going to do is do one by one. There we go. Upload, uploading. There we have it uploaded. And what we're going to do is obviously put in links. Okay, so I'm going to do is click on link. There we go. Now I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to do is apply and more if you want to. There we go, we have it. You can apply those two at the same time, all at the same time, which is going to be the signature. And there we have our logos, where a person, when they click on it, it will take them directly over to that directed page. Now, how are you going to do that? Now, how will that person be directed? Obviously, you have to add in links, just like I said. So what you're going to do is going to be clicking on links. Now, text to display, okay? What text do you want them to see? Let's say I'm going to do is type in Gary. Now, the web address. Let's say I'm going to do is type in www.facebook.com. Now, this is just an example, okay? So I'm going to do is, you can also try the email address if you want to. I want the web address, so I'm going to press on OK. So when someone clicks on it, there you will basically have it. Now, what you're going to do is going to be, as this has been done, you can also, customize it however you want to. You can also align it, and you can also add numbers list. After you're done, what you have to do is click on this and select on Gary Harold, and also Gary Harold reply forward use. Click on insert signature before quoted text and replies. Remove the these, and after you're done, just press on save changes. Now I'm going to be showing you how it actually works. So when I click on compose, and you can basically see that I have this Facebook and also this text, where if someone clicks on it, it will just take them directly over there. So basically this is how it works. And if you don't want this text, what you have to do is basically just click on settings, see all settings, and go off to your signature, which you have it over here, and make sure to select or click on this over here, press on done. And what you're going to do is, as this is the text, just click on this text over here, and what you're going to do is remove it. Okay, so after you remove it, what you will basically see is that it will not take any space. And you can also change the size, small, medium, large. It's going to be up to you. Small is good. And if you want original, you can also add an original, and you can also apply in the other, icons which you had over here. Let's say I want Instagram too. So I'm going to wait for a while until Instagram has been uploaded. And after it has been uploaded, you can see the Instagram. And as I already have Instagram, I'm going to do is upload my LinkedIn too. Click on LinkedIn, press on open, and there we go. It is uploaded, and all of them are there at the same time. And you can obviously apply that icon and also link it up whenever you want to. You just have to select on it like this and click on it and put it up, or put up the link. So now you know how you'll be able to make this signature and use it for your own purpose. So hope you understood everything about this lesson on how you'll be able to use or make an email signature design on Canva. So thank you for watching this video, and let's move on to our next lesson of Canva.